Hey everyone, and welcome to the AT&T Business Carrier Update. I'm Zach Strickland, but first off, the big story, of course, is the weather and Hurricane Dorian. So Hurricane Dorian, still a strong Category 2 hurricane, and it's forecast to come up really close to the Carolina coast. Now, what is this doing to the freight markets? Since it's forecast not to hit over here just yet, it's going to be another day or so before it gets up to the coast. A lot of activity is hitting in the Columbia, South Carolina market up here, but it's still going to grind up the coast here, producing a lot of wind and rain. It may not come on shore just right down through here, but there is the potential, as forecast models are having this storm track up into the northern South Carolina coast and into the Wilmington area. But right now the track is still keeping it just off coast, but still a lot of potential damage from storm surge, flooding, and wind. So let's go to my next chart. And this is the outbound tender market share weekly change. What that is a representation of increased volumes or decreased volumes over the last week. Anything in blue indicates a big increase in volumes. Lighter blue indicates maybe a softer increase. This red indicates a decrease in weekly volumes. So what we're watching right now, the Florida market right here, of course, a lot of blue, a lot of outbound activity right now in Florida as people are repositioning. The hurricane is still sitting over here, but all these trucks came in here. There's a lot of repositioning. The Bahamas were devastated. If you notice right here, you've got the Atlanta market in dark blue, a lot of outbound volumes. Atlanta is a big hub for the Southeast. A lot of that freight's going to come down and exit and go over to the Bahamas to help with the relief efforts. But again, up here, Columbia, South Carolina, the hurricane's forecast path is taking it right up next to it, especially over here around Myrtle Beach. So if we go to my next chart, you're going to see this is the outbound tender market share spiking over the last day. Lots of outbound volumes. Shippers trying to get out of the way of this potential devastation. Tender rejection rates also going way up. And if we go to my next chart, just to illustrate what this is doing to the Southeast, this is the outbound tender rejection index for the Florida markets. Tender rejections out of Florida spiking over the last day or so. And this is due to the fact that everybody has been preparing for this hurricane and they went into the Florida market. Now they're doing all the activity down there and they simply aren't ready to get out. So everybody needs to pay attention to the capacity situation in Florida and in the Southeast over the next several days, especially as carriers are providing relief efforts and doing other things that may not be inside of their contracts.